the change of character. Now, it's nothing more than a reversal in the trend or a change of trend direction. So what is the Choch? What is a change of character? Now, don't get sucked in by this hype. It's nothing new. It's just when we're seeing a uptrend in the market, and when price comes back, instead of holding at an area of demand or order block, whatever the way you trade, price breaks straight through, breaking structure. Now, at the same time as a break of structure, this is a change in trend or a change of character, as they now pronounce it. And like I say, it's nothing new. It's just hyped up to be a new methodology to make you think it's something different when it's not. So we're going to go through in this video exactly what the change of character is, what they're seeing the market as, with a trend change, a reversal in the trend. And I'll show you on this 1 hour time frame on the pound US dollar exactly how you'll look at reading the markets with the use of this change of character. So let's look at current price first, and we'll notice that the market is coming from an uptrend and we've had a change of character to the downside. Now again, this is just a change in trend, and the area we're going to look at, let me just remove those areas, is this area on the chart where we see this reversal happening in real time, and you could have caught a sell trade to the downside. So let's just zoom in at this area on those candles, and this is the area. What you're looking for as the market continues to break structure high, we break structure at these areas, we're leaving behind these lows in the market, where's your typical area where you have a trend, where we have a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and so on. Now, when we're looking for that change of character or a trend reversal, this is our last high in the market. As price never went higher, we're not going to mark this as a higher low. So we ignore this area and we need to see price breaking this low. Now, this is what happens on this candle right there. So as to mark this line and project it further, you can see this bearish candle is what breaks and gives you that change of character. So what you're looking for now is, once we see the breakout, you're looking for that order block, or for me, the area of supply where you want price to come back to. And this is our last push to the upside before we broke through. So this bullish candle becomes our area of supply. Now, if you're not sure how we look at these zones and how we find these areas of supply and demand, there are many videos in this channel where it's going to help you to understand how we look at these zones on a chart. Now, I do suggest watching the first video where I go through how to find and identify supply and demand zones. And that video will come at the end of this video. So keep watching to the end and you can watch that video next. It's going to help you to understand the way I look, finding and drawing those zones. Now, once you have this area of a order block or area of supply, in my case, when we're looking for price to then do a retracement, to come back for our entry at this area of supply. Now, you can use here a set and forget strategy entry. There is a video in the channel which shows you how to do this. Basically, that means we will place our entry at this level, our stop above the high, and then we'll be looking for our targets. Well, if you're wondering where to capture those targets, there's a great video in the channel. I'm going to leave that linked above now, because through those profit targets and how we're looking for our first profit target at a first support area. And then we'd have our second area where our profit target would be when we're looking at our next swing in the market or area of structure. So this is basically a typical change of character. Again, let's go through that once more. We see the break of this structure on this candle, leaving behind this area of supply. So this is our typical area of consolidation. This is our markdown phase where we break out, our retracement phase where we capture our entry, and then we have our targets in the market. Now, there's a video also in the channel that goes through market phases. We'll teach you to understand the phases in the market. But again, this is going through that change of character or Choch, as you see. And basically all it is, as I said at the beginning of this video, is just a change in trend direction. Now, as well as seeing this as an entry, let me draw this zone out here. You could also do what we call confirmation entry. And we'll go through more examples on a change of character in the chart in a moment. But this area, we see price pulling back in. We drop down to a 5-minute time frame. Let me just zoom the chart back out. When we see price coming back in here, you can do the same thing where you're looking for that change of character or the change in trend at this area of supply. Now what this is classed as is a confirmation entry. The first type of entry went through would have been that sell and forget strategy entry, and this is what we call a confirmation entry. Now the way we're going to look at this, again, we're looking at price making this swing low, we go up, we make a swing high, breaking this structural point, we then make this higher low, and then we make this higher high. So as you can see, the market breaks through on this candlestick right there, breaking structure. And what that then leaves us to do is to draw out a new area of supply. Now you can either draw your supply zone from this candle here, and you can see the market, in fact, does, after it breaks, comes back into that supply zone, and we drop away. Now where would your first target be? Well, you'll be looking for your first target at these lows, and you can see the market dropped away nicely. You can use a change of character at a confirmation entry. A supply and demand confirmation entry is where you're going to look to fine tune your entry and start making higher risk reward trades. So simply, that is showing you two types of entries and going through that change of character. Let's go back to that 1 hour time frame and see if we can find some more examples of that change of character. Let's go back in time to where we see the market actually showing you reversal. Well, we can identify here that we made this low, we went lower, and eventually the market rallies out, breaking out to the upside here. Now this is showing me a change in character, leaving behind this area here of demand. Now this is in fact a previous trade that I caught, and if you want to watch that video where I've caught this trade and some other pound trades, I will leave them linked above now for you to go and watch those videos as well. But this is where we're seeing an area of demand created, and you could have taken a sell and forget strategy entry here, of an entry at this area, and just stop this low. And this is identifying that change in trend, that change of character, where we went from that downwards movement to that upwards movement. As price comes back in, right here, as I said, you could take that sell and forget strategy entry, or what you could do is we'll mark off this area. We're going to go down now to the 5-minute time frame. Let's find that area. We just zoom out quickly. Now, we're there, actually right there. So this is the area. When we see price here coming down, and this is how you'll read price on the chart. This is now a confirmation entry. We're looking for that change of trend once again. We break lower. This becomes our last area. We can see it breaks out with this bullish candle. And then price starts to continue to go higher. So what I'd be looking for right there in the market is as price, let me just draw these out once again, as we break this structure. What breaks that structure? We have a break to the upside, we have a pullback, another breakout, leaving behind this area of demand, where we have price pulling back in and continues to go higher. And then once again, we have another area of demand you could draw right here, where you see price actually goes away, pulls back into, and then continues higher. If I was to move this forward, you'll see price, let me just remove all of this, draw this zone on so you can actually see how this would work. There would be your entry, and you can see from that point, the market actually goes to the upside. Now, obviously, there's a lot more areas on here where you can actually go down to even a 1-minute time frame, looking for that change of character, confirming a 5-minute time frame for a better risk to reward. But that takes a lot of time, a lot of experience, and I don't suggest doing that right away. So again, let's look at this area on the chart. Let's zoom in. As price continues to go and break structure again, remember, a break of structure is the break of a previous high. Now, where does that happen? Well, on this area, we don't break this previous high until this bullish candle. This is not a valid break of structure on that candle. I wouldn't be looking to trade this. And this is something you can learn in more detail inside the Forex Masterclass, so do check that out. Now, what we'll be looking for here is then drawing out areas of demand as we break structure. And then the market continues to go higher. Once again, we can see we break up to the upside again, and you'd then be looking to draw these zones, and the market continues to go higher until we see that reversal. So right now, what we'll be looking for is as price comes into this area, oh, let's get that right. Now we're potentially looking for what? A change of character, looking for that change of trend, a reversal in the market, and then looking for a reversal back to the upside. Now the best thing here would be looking for that reversal on a lower time frame, confirming it. Now if we went up to a daily time frame at this point, on a daily time frame we remove everything off the chart. Right where we are now coming down towards, we also have an area of a daily rally-based rally. So we could even see the market dropping lower into this area and then looking at this 1 hour zone we just looked at. So even on a daily time frame, you can identify these zones where we see that change in character. We see the market dropping down, making these lower highs as we drop down, lower high, lower low. We then eventually break out with this candle. What this leaves behind is this area of demand, and we can see the market pulls back into that demand zone and we rally away. So that is nothing more than a change of character, which is a trend reversal in my eyes. Now again, this is very simple technique. It's nothing new. So don't look at this as a new methodology, something that you should be looking at trading with this Choch. It's nothing different than a trend reversal where I've been trading this type of trading for a lot of years. So I do hope this video is going to help you understand why I see this nothing more than a trend reversal, how you can look at using this type of trading with the use of the set and forget strategy. And again, there's a video in this channel to watch if you want to see more on that, and the confirmation entry, where it's nothing more than that trend reversal or that change of character inside that area of supply and demand. Now, it doesn't matter if you trade with supply and demand or you're trading with order blocks, they're the same thing to me. So if you're looking for that type of entry, this is a great entry to take a sell from. First target, second target. Let's have a look at what that could have potentially given you for a trade. You could have taken an entry here. You got, let me just get that right. Be about here somewhere. You'll be looking at just over 3-1 and 11-1 on that trade. That's how you can pick up these types of trades. And again, if you want to see those pound trades I've taken and how I took those based on understanding the way the markets move with a supply and demand and smart money concept, do check out those videos. They were linked up earlier on, and don't forget to watch that next video coming up right now, which goes through exactly how you start looking for and finding and drawing those zones of supply and demand and start trading just like I do, as you see in this channel.